I'm going to posit and propose an idea, a concept. Let's talk about hormones, raging hormones, right? It's not that these chemicals in our body take on a mind of our own and start a revolt. Okay, the chemical releases in our body, the I have trouble with that word. Physiological processes in our body are stimulated by our sensory module, by our five senses: what we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we taste. But I think primarily in what we see and what we hear. And what we see and what we hear are beliefs that concretize or cement as our belief system. We have many beliefs around sexuality, human biology. We have beliefs about that, and it's these beliefs that trigger the chemical responses. Take, for example, a pubescent boy or girl, but in particular a boy. Yes, he has a whole lot of testosterone running through his body as he develops into a fully matured male. But this development is not just physically driven, it is also driven by the things he hears and looks at. That's why porn, for example, is such a strong stimulant. Your hormones need an external stimulant, either visually or audibly, to release extra amounts of hormones. And this is not just true about the sex hormones, this is true about the happy hormones, the dopamine. It's true about the love hormone, the oxytocin. All of these things respond to our sense and emotions. And our senses and emotions are stimulated by outside events, something that we witness. And then it gets translated into an emotion, then it gets translated into a chemical, which triggers a physical or sexual response in the body. So what I'm trying to say is that your body is not running, your hormones are not running you. You are feeding the intensity or lack of intensity of those hormones. You are feeding the rage. And then it becomes an infinity loop, a cycle. A never satiated cycle, as the thoughts feed the chemicals and the chemicals feed the thoughts. That's why meditation is the cure-all to all things, because meditation quiets the thought process, quiets the mind, quiets the cycle, right? Quiets the stimulation, calms you down. Calm the mind and take deep breaths, and this excitement will mellow down. So everything is stimulated by visuals and by audibles, by senses, by thoughts, by emotions. And the emotions release the chemicals, release your hormones. So if you are raging in hormones, you need to dial down the visuals and audibles and the thoughts and the beliefs around, for example, the area of sexuality. What do you believe? If you're not constantly using it, what is your fear, right? So you're fear-driven. This fear triggers the hormones, and on and on and on. It's really a holistic thing, and that's why consciousness is so important for every area of our life. We have to live consciously in order not to become a human machine that's out of control, right? Consciousness, to live consciously of yourself, to live self-aware, is going to solve all of the human problems.